morning, everybody. It's Jean here, Jean Truelove from Truelove Quilts for You. Yes, I'm standing in front of this little bit unusual quilt that has a little bit of a story. As you know, I gear my channel to beginner quilters. I know there's quite a few of experienced quilters out there who follow me, who know more about quilting than I do. But what I've done from the very beginning is try to encourage people who, as I always say, know their way around a sewing machine, but don't really know where to begin with quilting. I have addressed it many times before. Quilting is can be a very expensive hobby. If you were to go to a fabric store and buy your fabric, retail fabric is going up very much since I began quilting about 15-16 years ago, and people who've been quilting for 30 years can attest to it, how expensive it is. The reason I'm showing you this quilt here, which is going to be a present for our daughter and our son-in-law, who are avid campers and who have gone to most of these places in America here. In fact, they just got back from a road trip, a month or 6-week long road trip of going to many of the national parks that you see here. The fabric manufacturer of these 4 panels, 4 panels, is Riley Blake, beautiful fabric designer who has done an entire line of these national park wilderness type of fabric that she's designed. There's also, I believe, smaller panels, maybe that could make up into like a pillow or a cushion size. But these are 4 panels that I chose from my go-to. I love equilter.com. Online, a lot of places have online fabrics that there's all sorts of ones online. You know, I like equilter.com. Hopefully you can hear me because the wind is picked up. And as I always say, let the manufacturer do the job. Look at that lovely quilt. This quilt, made with 4 panels, has 3 seams. 1, 2, 3. That's it. I created this with 3 seams. That was all. And I sent it out to a long arm quilter. Now, you know, if you've been following me, that I quilt most of my quilts. You have seen me. I can straight stitch in the ditch. I can just do a grid. I can do free motion quilting across the quilt. I do, however, have chosen about half a dozen times now to send my quilt top and the backing to my long arm quilter. I have found a long arm quilter in Missouri, Quilting by David. As you know, David and Karen Hurd have done a beautiful job on my quilts. I did purchase the extra wide backing for this quilt from Connecting Threads. I'm not affiliated at all. I'm not being paid. Nobody sponsors me, but I love eQuilter. I love Connecting Threads, and of course my quilter, Quilting by David. When I do want to send a quilt out, I wanted to make a quilt because our daughter and son-in-law have about 5 quilts that I've made them over the years. But this quilt is hopefully going to be in their car. They do a lot of car camping when they travel and visit the national parks. They have a tent on the top of their SUV. It's an awesome setup. They sleep in their vehicle. They have a stand-up shower. They're really into the camping scene. And they do have a couple of my quilts that they take because they're all 100% cotton. But I just saw this fabric and I thought, before it goes out of print, and a lot of fabric does come in and out of print. And if you see this video in 6 months' time, I'm making this in August of 2021, this fabric might not be available because fabric does come in and out of print. I saw this and thought, no, I'm going to buy that for Malia and Justin and make this lovely quilt. As again, I've said, it's personal. They've been to a lot of these places. Justin is from Canada, and his parents are from Canada, and he has lived in coastal California. They've been all of these places, so it's personalized for them. So I will be gifting this, but again, I want to get back to the point of using a panel and making a small quilt for the beginner quilter. This panel actually measures about 36 inches by 42 or 44. That in itself, just one panel, say, is a lovely little lap-size quilt, or maybe even a little baby quilt, or a little toddler quilt. if you get maybe half a yard or however much, just stick a little border around it. It's a couple of seams. You can experiment with your 1/4 inch seam, put your borders on the side and then your top and the bottom, and then you can sandwich it. You can get small packets of batting and then a little bit of backing, a little bit, about 1.25 yards of backing fabric. What I'm saying, it doesn't have to be an expensive proposition to begin quilting, especially if you use a panel, which, and I always say it, I'm beating a dead horse, but the fabric manufacturer has done the job for you. Beautiful images, beautiful, beautiful images on any kind of subject that you can think of. All you have to do is type it in, and on eQuilter, I believe there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different panels, which range from about $7.95 to maybe $14 American dollars, which is not bad at all. A bit of batting and a little bit of backing, and you have a boom, an instant quilt. You can even get a panel to practice your free motion quilting. If you've been following me, I'm a great advocate of free motion quilting, or if you're not comfortable just quilting it, learning how to quilt straight stitches, and you're not out a lot of money. But this quilt in particular, I was so thrilled with when I saw the actual theme. Again, I typed it in, I saw it, I'm like, oh my word, I gotta get that. I gotta get that. And I did treat myself and them to this beautiful, soft as butter. Connecting Threads fabric is like buttery soft. I don't know, it's made in America on a special mill, I believe, and the fabric quality is wonderful. It's so very, very soft. Every fabric manufacturing way they make fabric, or their process, is a little bit different. Some fabrics can be perhaps a little bit stiffer, have more sizing in them. I find Connecting Threads fabric very, very substantial and buttery soft. So this is my quilt that I am going to be gifting. The panels, this is a ballpark figure. This quilt with the sending it out to be quilted, the batting and the backing and the panels. This quilt probably costs about $250. Now that's not inexpensive. However, I know that it's made with 100% beautifully woven cotton. It's sewn beautifully. It's quilted gorgeously. I've made a very sturdy, strong binding on it. Reinforced my binding, my curved corners here. So I know that this quilt is not going to fall apart after 3 washings. I know that the majority of the fabrics were made in the United States. Very important. I know that a little kid in a sweatshop across the world hasn't gone blind making my quilt and selling it for $29.95. So is it worth the money? I believe it is. So again, that's a big size quilt that took me about 10 minutes to quilt the top, literally, because it was 1, 2, 3 seams, and I sent it out. I got my quilt back from David and Karen in about 10 days. Unbelievable. I'll put the link down below for David and Karen Hurd, Quilting by David. I have given them another shout out. They're awesome. Love it. This I believe was called a bird cage or chicken wire. I forget which quilting pattern. There's hundreds of patterns that you can choose from to get your quilt quilted. So I can't wait to call up Malia and Justin and quilt their quilt at the back, on the back of this video. I'll put some of the pictures of them on their camping travels. And I think they're going to love this quilt. Looking at sunsets and climbing mountains and going down rivers. They're real adventurous people and are seeing the world in their travels. So I can't wait to gift this to them. So I do hope you enjoy this, folks. Again, enjoy your quilting adventure wherever it may be. Thrift stores, upcycling, recycling, fabrics, sheets, old fabric from somewhere. You don't repurposing an old blanket with the quilting or the batting or the wadding inside of it. It doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. It does if you purchase brand new, but it doesn't have to. So put your thinking cap on. But again, for you beginner quilters, start small. I always say that. But a panel is an awesome way to not just to have a few seams, and yet you see something very quickly that the manufacturer's done. Wonderful images. You just type in an image or a subject, and hundreds will pop up. And yeah, you're off to the races. So I hope you enjoy this, and I can't wait to gift this to Malia and our son-in-law Justin. So I hope you enjoy this, and again, have a safe and happy day, and love from True Loves. Okay, hold on. When you go, Lee, I have something I will show you. Oh! Oh!
It's so cool!
You love
It's
it?
so cool!
Do you love it?
Wow! Mama! This is fabulous!
Look at the back.
Alright, how many places have I been?
Look
Come
at
on.
yeah. Where have you
Oh,
been?
it's like denim. It's
like
I love
denim.
it.
It's like patchwork denim.
I love it.
You love it.
Oh my gosh! Alright, I've been there. Have not been there. Yes, 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 yes. And I don't even know what this is, so I don't know.
You'll have to figure that one out.
California, I'm going to be there one day.
Yeah.
Justin's
Justin's from California.
Canada? Actually, you know what? This is Justin's call. Not
I know.
mine. Canada and California. That's his house. I mean,
Oh.
his hometown. Oh, Mom, I love it.
Love it.
And it's big.
Yeah, it's for your car.
I
So,
love
like,
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love
Thank you so much, Mama.
Oh, you're welcome, darling. Oh, I love it.
Really. I love it.
Whoa. Oh, Macaron, come here. Could you just take it down from Aaliyah then?
Yeah.
That's okay. You can.
I can do it. Oh, thank you, Mama. You're welcome. This is seriously so awesome. Like, I'm really excited.
You get it.
no more trips.
I know. It's so going to be so nice and 100% cotton, so it's going to be warm and it's going to be cool.
Also, it's bigger than my other ones that I have.
Yeah, I
So,
wanted to
like,
make a nice
it's
big
good
one for you. Yeah.
Yeah. What's full? Oh, it is so awesome, Mama.
Oh, that's
Thank
so
you
sweet.
so much.
You're welcome, darling.
Coastal California.
It's just
Yeah, now we have a car blanket. Yeah. Yeah. Say thank you, Mama.